What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about some myths about FHA loans. I know it's not the most common thing in the real estate world, so I wanted to put some of these myths to bed about an FHA loan. The first one, the one that we hear absolutely most of all, is that it's for first-time home buyers only, and that is not true. You're able to get an FHA loan at any point in your home ownership career, if you want to use that term. It really depends on when you're buying the home in relation to other loans, and then some of your qualifications, your income, but it is not specifically for first-time home buyers. FHA stands for the Federal Housing Administration. It doesn't have anything to do with first-time home buyer. Secondly, an FHA loan can be used to purchase multi-unit properties. So duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes. You're able to use a FHA loan to buy a multi-unit property that is not commercial, as long as the person buying the property with the FHA loan lives in one of the units of that property, but you are able to do that. Mortgage insurance. You don't have to pay mortgage insurance for the life of an FHA loan. The way you get around that is by putting down 10% or more on your FHA loan purchase, and then if you do so, the mortgage insurance will fall off of that loan in 11 years. So I know there's a big thought about you have to pay mortgage insurance for 30 years. First of all, you're not going to pay that loan off. You're probably going to refinance. You're probably not going to keep this house for 30 years. But regardless of those two things, if you put down 10% or more on an FHA loan, which you can put down as much as you want, as low as 3.5%, but as much as you want, the mortgage insurance will fall off after 11 years if you've put down 10% or more. An FHA loan is not difficult to work with from the appraisal side of things. Unless the property is in poor condition, an FHA appraisal process is really similar to a conventional. The only thing that appraisers are looking for are health and safety issues. So if your property that you're buying or that you're selling is not in a good condition, there might be some challenges with that. But overall, if the property's in good condition, we don't have any extra challenges with using an FHA loan. And the last myth is that the FHA loan, it can be used to buy and do a renovation project, okay? There's a variation of the FHA loan called a 203K. You have to live in the home. You have to be buying this as your primary residence, but you're able to bundle the purchase price of the home and the amount of money needed to do your renovations into one mortgage, and then you would keep that mortgage for as long as you own the home or until you refinance, and it's technically an FHA type loan backed by the government under the name 203K. The last thought with this is you are able to have more than one FHA loan during the term of your life, okay? The criteria is that you have to wait at least 1 year, and during that year that you have your first FHA loan or an FHA loan, you have to use the residence that you bought with that FHA loan as your primary residence. After that first full year, if you need a bigger home, your search criteria for your house is more. You need to always be kind of growing in what you're buying with the FHA loan. But as long as you're improving on your current home status, you can continually use an FHA loan as long as you're kind of going bigger and better. So as you can see, it's not that difficult to work with an FHA loan. The myths about them are just a lot of wives' tales that people pass around that aren't really true. Real estate agents do a bad job about not dismissing some of these false things. So I want to throw them out there. If you're a buyer and you're thinking about using an FHA loan this year, we got your back. We know the strengths that they offer, and we know how to present that to your seller. And if you're a seller and you have buyers that are presenting an FHA loan in your home, we're going to walk you through why it's really not that big of a deal. Worried about selling your house, we're not worried about what type of loan the buyer's using. I'll see you guys soon.